You're watching CBC Sports. Anastasia Busis here, and today we have the need for speed. We're talking motorsports, and we've got a Canadian legend in the house. In 2021, she became the first Asian woman to win a major international endurance racing championship. She's a BMW Motorsport Global Ambassador. She was just named to Forbes 30 Under 30. Unbelievable. Samantha Tan, so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing?
Oh my God, so excited to be here. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know you've got a busy schedule, so we really appreciate you seeing or being here in Toronto to chat.
Always nice to be home.
Yeah, proud Canadian. No, so we of course are always all about the Olympics here at CBC Sports. Can you tell me, GT World Challenge America? Like, let's just start there for folks that perhaps haven't seen you race.
You want me to explain the series? Yeah. So GT World Challenge America is a sports car series where the races are about like an hour and a half, but it is a 2-driver format. So I, with my co-driver, split it like right between the 45 to 55 minute mark. You have a 10-minute like window where you can choose when to do this driver change. And during that driver change, you also have to change tires and refuel the car. So it's a little bit of strategy involved there. But yes, it's an hour and a half long race, and it's essentially like whoever has done the most laps at the end wins the race.
That is so sweet. So what is like the most fun aspect of a race in your opinion?
Winning.
Winning, of course.
Definitely like the competition. I think like the close quarters racing for me. We have a saying in racing called like rubbing is racing. So when like, you're making like that small bit of contact with other cars, I find that a lot of fun.
So to me, that would be terrifying though. Like, did you always just have that little edge where you're like, I like to have a little game of cat and mouse?
I think like when I first started racing, it used to make me really nervous because it's almost like that like self-preservation kicking in where you're like, I don't want to damage the car, I don't want to crash, blah, blah, blah. And the guys would always try to intimidate me by doing these like little bumps and stuff. But at some point I was like, no, enough's enough. You know, you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back.
I love that. Do I have this right? Like, you really got into racing because your dad, growing up in Canada, he goes, we have, winter roads here. You're going to learn how to drive correctly. Like, is that where
That is where it all started, yes. So essentially, when I've always grown up, like, going to car meets and stuff with my dad because he's, like, a big car enthusiast. And he never raced himself, but, like, he would go to these track days. I don't know if you know Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Yeah. It's close by. We used to go there all the time. But when I was finally old enough to drive, he was like, you know what, you need to be a safe driver. So he enrolled me in these, like, performance driving schools where they would really teach, like, proper car control, how to, what happens when the car starts sliding in the winter? How do you handle that? But at the end of one of these programs, I got to sit in my very first race car, and I got taken out with a pro driver, and I just remember having the biggest smile on my face. It was like a roller coaster ride for me, and like as soon as I got out of the car, I was just hooked, and I was like, you know what, maybe I want to be a race car driver too.
That is so cool. And your dad, Kenneth, is co-owner of Samantha Tan Racing with you.
Yes.
So that's so cool. You get to work with your dad. Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, he's definitely my biggest support. Like, I wouldn't be here without him, and it's a really cool experience to be able to grow this team together and see how far we've come in the past few years.
First race really in around age 16. You're 27 now. Can you believe that journey? Like, what would you say to your 16-year-old self?
Oh my gosh, it's been such a long journey, and especially like I knew nothing about racing when I first started, and it was definitely difficult to navigate the industry by myself, and I think there was a lot of like self-doubts when I was 16. I also didn't know like that this was the career path I wanted to like fully like dedicate myself to. I didn't know that it was a career path I could, go towards. I actually was studying to become an architect at one point, funnily enough.
Oh, that's cool.
How life changes, right? But yeah, I mean, it's been a really long journey, and what I would probably tell my younger self is to stop being so hard on yourself. I feel like, especially us as women, like we hold ourselves to such a high standard, and I feel like that really was a bit detrimental to me in like the beginning parts of my career.
Go a little easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that certainly resonates with me. I think it would resonate with so many athletes. Like, stop judging yourself so much.
Celebrate the little wins.
Celebrate
you
the
know,
little
enjoy
wins.
the joy of the journey. It's not about the destination, right?
Yeah. Talking about destinations, you're a professional race car driver, though. Do you ever just like go down the PCH and go, I'm speeding right now? Like, do you ever speed and go, I thought I was racing, sorry?
I admit that sometimes I don't recognize the speed that I'm going at because, you know, I'll be on the racetrack. It's like everything's happening so fast, but I try. I am a very safe driver on the roads now. I think that the racing has like taken away that kind of like speed demon aspect of my life.
Yeah, rubbing, if you're not rubbing, you're not racing. You're not doing that on the highway. You have broken so many barriers, though. You said, as a woman, as an Asian woman, what would you like Canadians to take away from your story?
Ooh, that's a tough question. You know, I firmly believe in the statement, if you see it, you can be it. And, you know, throughout my career, I've always strived to become this role model I never had because obviously there's not many women in motorsport, not many people of color. And, you know, I think every challenge I've faced has really given me this opportunity to reshape what's possible for female racers and really define success on my own terms. And I think that gives future generations the confidence to dream bigger and, you know, chase their passions just as I have. I was actually at a Women in Motorsport Summit this past December, and I remember somebody saying, you know, when you're a disruptor, often that means being misunderstood, but having the audacity to continue anyway. So to anybody watching my story and like watching me chase my dreams and live my dream, I want them to hopefully have that audacity to continue to live unapologetically as themselves and, you know, be truly extraordinary.
What I love is you're like, yeah, I can wear makeup and be a baddie. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you are breaking so many barriers and you're showing young women, hey, we can do it. We can thrive in a sport that perhaps we haven't seen that much representation in.
Yeah, I mean, like how many times have some of those girls been told this is not a fashion show? So especially like in the motorsport world, like I think femininity has always been like not cast aside for lack of a better word, but like it's frowned upon, you know? So when I would show up to the track sometimes wearing makeup, like people would just not take me seriously. But I've always strived to show that you can be feminine, that you can live authentically and still be successful. So I always like show up at the track with my little wing liner because for my own personal, you know, confidence things. It's a lot of fun, right?
Yeah. No, I love it. And I mean, to me, authenticity is the fastest way to get to where you're wanting to go. So thank you for doing everything that you're doing. I mean, there is a proliferation of women's sports right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think of soccer, cool. I think of hockey, I think of basketball, I think of rugby now. Are we seeing that investment in women's motorsports or in women that participate in motorsports?
We are slowly getting there, definitely. It's been really cool to see how much women in sports has changed in the past few years, and it's really like empowering to see. We were just talking about how, you know, there's been $1 billion spent on women's sports this year, and that's an incredible achievement. It's grown 300%, I think, this past year, but that's still less than 1% of the global sports marketing spend. So it is changing, and especially in motorsport. I mean, when I first started, I was often the only girl in the paddock, and now I see so many women, so many girls, like not only in just the roles of driver, but as engineers, as crew, as mechanics. You know, it's really, really cool to see, and I think there's definitely still a lot of work to be done, but I'm slowly starting to see many more teams, many more organizations starting to, you know, help out and create these initiatives and opportunities for women in motorsports. So still things to do, but it's been changing.
Progress. The Olympics, motorsports. Would you ever love to see that make a...
Crazy.
It would, wouldn't it?
I would love to see it. I think it would be really interesting.
Yeah. Drive for Team Canada?
Yeah, of course. Represent.
Yeah, it's certainly, it's a really interesting conversation. And of course, we're always Olympic minded here. What is your next big goal? Like, what are you excited for right now?
My ultimate goal is called the 24-hour of Le Mans, which I always refer to as the Olympics of racing because it's like one of the biggest endurance races in the world, and you have to be good enough to be invited to race there. So that is my ultimate goal, to be the first Asian woman to win that race. And they just celebrated, I think, their 100th year anniversary just like 2 years ago. So we're coming one day.
You're coming. Hey, happy Lunar New Year.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, how'd you
Thank
celebrate?
I had a big family dinner last night, actually. It's actually, you're supposed to have this dinner called reunion dinner the day before Lunar New Year, but since everybody's been traveling, schedules, well, we hosted ours last night, but it was really cool to see my family all together again. Like, everybody flew in, myself included. So it's been really special.
That's awesome. Year of the Snake. I'm the Year of the Snake. You said, oh, it's good that you're wearing red. So I'm
Yes.
grateful.
To anybody who is Year of the Snake, you're supposed to wear red to protect from the bad luck.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
No, happy Lunar New Year. And we're so happy to be here. Listen, I want to play a little game with you if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
this is rapid round, all right? We're both racers, so this is going to be quick. You ready? Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite animal?
An otter.
Favorite car?
Oh, tough. BMW. A little biased, maybe.
Favorite TikToker?
Ooh. Oh, gosh. Ji-hoon.
Favorite TV show?
Ooh, that one's tough, too. I don't watch that many TV shows. Maybe recently, I just finished Demon Slayer, which is an anime.
Ooh. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite, so anything with Slayer in it. All right. Favorite singer?
Currently, Doja Cat.
Favorite movie?
Oh, that's tough. I also don't watch that many movies. La La Land.
Good. I just saw Wicked. Have you seen that?
Oh, I just watched Wicked, too.
It's
That's
so
up
good.
there. That's definitely top 5.
It's so
too.
good. I clapped after the movie. I was like, what am I doing? It's so good. Favorite actor?
Zendaya.
Great answer. Favorite food?
Sushi.
Favorite thing to do when not racing?
Gaming, actually.
What are you playing right now?
I haven't had so much time, but I've been playing Genshin Impact. It's like this RPG game. Super fun.
Lovely.
Very cozy game.
Very cozy. That's how you unwind from a race? Oh my God. Samantha, I'm so grateful that you've taken the time, and Canadians are so proud. This is your Oscar moment. Like, take it away. Say whatever you'd like to Canadians.
Oh my gosh, amazing. I am actually returning to Canada to race for the first time in 8 years this summer at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. So stay tuned for those dates. But my next race is up in Circuit of the Americas in Texas at the end of this month. You can watch it on YouTube or Peacock if you're in the US. But other than that, follow my socials at Samantha Tan Racing, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. And as a fellow race fan, I'm just so grateful that you took the time, and best of luck. Canadians so proud.
Oh, thank you so much.